Now let's go ahead and do a look about the policy management now. Now these are the ones which is very important. Now you do see that they are custom events, relationship events, and core events. But just to bring your knowledge, I did not get any clarity about the relationship events. So I will be skipping this one. But by the name, you can see that these are the custom events and the core event. This is referred to the default policy. Now with the default policy, you do have an option to edit this one. So these policies are like a baseline policy. So for your security, you're defining a baseline. So these are the policies like acting like an as a baseline. So what you can do is that if you want to change your baseline security, you can go ahead and edit some options over here. So let's see now. If I go to my core events, and these are the different options. So I think there will be many of them. Let me have a look. Yeah, out of 433 policies, different policies have been defined by Cisco for you, and accordingly they have defined the what will be the role for that one. It will be a role based or default one. So default means it's a baseline policy, and role means that is being defined with certain attributes, custom attributes, or accordingly. Okay, so there are 433. You are most welcome to edit that one by turning on or turning off, whatever you like. So now for now, let's go ahead and create the custom events. Okay, just give me a minute. Now, with the relationship event, what does it means is like the events are related to specific traffic behavior between your host group, that is your inside network, to the outside network. So specific behavior based. So if you want to define any policy which is related to the behavior based, you can go ahead and define the policy within this one. And you see that it's almost 352 policies which are being defined by default for you. Now, for now, what for our lab, what we can do is that we can create a custom policy. So I just want to see that which port secure server. Show HTTP server status. Okay, so you see that this port number 80 is being enabled and port number 443 is also enabled. So what I will do, I will define a policy that whenever my inside network, which is my map PC, whenever it's trying to communicate with the server 1, what was it is, I check the server 1 or server 2, server 2. So whenever I want to define a policy that whenever my map PC is trying to communicate with my server 2 on port number 80, I want to raise an alarm or not. I want to raise an alarm. So let's configure that one now. I will go to my custom events now. I will click on create a new policy, custom security event. And I will say that port 80 may be server 2. Map PC TCP 80 connection alarm. Okay, so I will click on this fine. So you do have an option over here, alarm when. Now I will select the subject host group. Now you see that I do have a host group inside by function, and I should see the, where did we define that one, Mike? Do you remember? I think in the servers, right? No, or web servers. Okay. Now let me have a look. What did we define in server farm 2? That is my DMZ server farm 1. Okay, server farm 1. So in server farm 1, if you remember, I think I have defined the 20 network and 30 network. That is server 1 and server 2. Doesn't matter. So basically, I will change that one to server farm 1. So whenever source will be server farm 1, or sorry, source will be my map PC, right? So I selected the wrong host. So I did not define the source PC one. So let's go ahead and define that one first before we go that one object. So discard that one, go to the configure and host group management. And I will go to the inside and inside by function, client IP res, trusted users. I will create here that is ICE authenticated users. And I will define that one as 172.16.4.0 network and 172.16.5.0 network. So now click on save. So now that is been defined. So let's go to our configure policy management now, create a new policy, custom security events. Now if I click on find security group host, go to the inside by function, client IP range, trusted users, and this is where I can see that ICE authenticated users. So now I have currently defined my inside network, that is 4.0 and 5.0 network. So any network which is trying to communicate with these servers, okay, so alarm should be raised. Now I will select the peer host group now. In the peer host group again, inside host by function, going to the servers. In the web servers, I do have a server farm one. Click on apply. And next I want to define the protocol. Okay, peer port. Now be careful in this one because my destination is the server, so I should be defining the destination port and click on enter. Make sure that it says that invalid protocol. That means it should be written such a way. This one, 80/TCP. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm just raising an alarm when this connection happens, and you see that alarm when a sign flow matches this event. So status should be on, and I'm giving a name that ICE user TCP connection to port number 80 on server farm 1. Description, ICE users connecting to server farm 1 on TCP port number 80 and click on save. Now I need to find that one. Oh my god, I did give a long name. Okay. So now this is one, and once you search, you have to make sure that this is on. I already on the policy when we were inside the policy, but make sure that it is on. Now my policy is good. Let's go to the network and network security. Now let's go to our map PC and make a connection now. I will go to my, yeah, should be good. And go to my 172.16.20.1 TCP connection. Please go. I will just go ahead. You see that I'm able to access the server 1 and show IPSCP server history, and I'm able to access. Now, if I go back here and you see that still it is been not detected, that means alarm is not raised. But it does take a time to raise, as I said, maybe 15 minutes to 1 hour. That's the
Hmm.
time. Yeah,
That's not good.
yeah, I know.
Is that how it is in production environment?
Sorry.
Is the how slow? Is it slow like that in production environment?
For now, yes, in the production environment, yes, still it's the same. But in the lab, I think it should detect quickly because we don't have much traffic generated in here. But if I go to monitor and analyze flow search, so I can define over here saying that in the last 5 minutes, the flow source IP address or select the host group. I will select the host group. So the host group will be by function, trusted users. This will be this one. I just want to make sure that the connection has happened or not. If it is recorded or not, let me look. And the peer host group will be by functions, servers, web servers, and server farm 1. Apply. Okay, so I've selected these connections in the last 5 minutes on click on search. Let's see that it has detected or not the traffic. Okay, you see that?
Can we
No
confirm?
results.
Can we confirm what you define, the IP range you define for Cyber One?
Yeah, you can go to the host group management and
Mhm.
go to the inside by function. If I go to the trusted users, if I click on authenticated users, you see that
Mhm.
4.0 and 5.0. And
Yep.
similarly,
Let's
if
go
I
to
go
servers. Mhm.
servers, web servers, and server farm 1, you see that 20 and 30. If I go to my map, you see that's what I have communicated to 20.1.
Mm.
So connection has been made, but it is still yet did not detect that one. It does take a time, so until hopefully we will look into that one. Come back later on where you will be seeing that there is an one alarm policy violation over here.
I don't like this technology.
And there are some benefits and there are some drawbacks, pros and cons, because it's a very much in advance. The detection is advanced, but the how fast it detects is pretty low for now. So slowly the Cisco will improve that one from now to 15 minutes. It might be slowly come back to 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and 2 minutes. Yes, it does take a time.
If it takes 30 to 1 hour to alarm,
Yep.
time it alarm is too late.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is that you at least you're able to detect the things like many detectors are not able to detect. So this one can detect many things because it has a large database. But when you compare to the different technologies which are available like Qualys's Rapid7, they don't have a much large database over there. So now here you do have a machine learnings and everything which should detect the behaviors and all those things, which will also make you give you a good protection. But there are, as I said, pros and cons for each and every technology. Nothing is perfect yet. But slowly, when they are developing things, Cisco is very good at developing things. So now it's 15 minutes, so slowly it will become to 10, 5, and they will reach to a certain limit where they can come back to 30 seconds maybe. So detection systems are very much expensive and it's not easy to be detecting every time. Okay, so that's how you create your custom events. Now, if I go back to my configure policy management, and now if I want to edit the core events by default, if you want to enable or if you want to change some behaviors, go ahead and change from here. First time it's all right. So now you see that there is an address scan. So I want to on plus alarm this one when the host and target on both of them. When the host is a source or target, I don't want whenever there is a scan going on, I just want the alarm to be on because these are pretty important because when there is a scan going on, you need to detect those things. So make sure that whatever there is a scan, TCP, UDP, everything should be on. So I'm just going to do that one now.
Everything. Oh, anything that says can.
Yeah, because I'm going to perform the scan with the Kali Linux now. So I just want to make sure that these are on, otherwise it will not detect that one, and it's a no use of it.
Yeah, let's on that one to
Yeah.
anomalies.
Now
Mhm.
bad flag also I will just alarm that one and make sure that it's an alarm. Make sure everything is
So
alarm.
what's different from between on and on plus alarm?
On means it will not give you an alarm in your dashboard. It will just detect that's it, and you have to
Hmm.
search for it. If you say alarm, then it will show you that okay, this is a policy violation has happened, and this is the alarm I am giving to you. It's like a notification. Alarms refers to like notification. Okay, I don't know what policies I'm enabling. I'm just going ahead and doing everything with on and
Yeah.
alarm so that
Yeah.
at least it should
Be-
detect something.
yeah, because there are too many policies, right?
Yeah. So I think this much is enough now. Okay, now go ahead and save.
There should be an option to turn on everything.
Yeah, the changes have been saved now. Now let's go to our topology, and I should have my Kalinin actually here. And okay, where should I be attached to this switch? Why do I need so many? No, I only need one. Okay, okay. So gigabyte 0/3. So first I will configure my switch, then I will turn on that one. So here is my switch. Interface gigabyte 3, switch port mode access, VLAN number 4, and no share. So that on the VLAN number 4, whenever the ports comes up, my Kali Linux comes up, it will get a DHCP address and nothing to worry about it. So now it's good. So let's start that one, get the console of that one, and let's get to the management over here. And so I will select this one as a with USB persistence. Hopefully it should come up quickly. And I also got the command over here. When we were on break, I just got one command. So I will perform different commands. I already have that web pages open up. Okay. So these are the commands I'm just taking officially from the Kali Linux website. Okay. So the next one to look. Now I'm going to perform the scan over here and let's see whether it is able to detect or not. For now, still it did not detect the previous one. Let's just give some time until it has been triggered. Now, one more thing I want to show you that the same policy which I did configured from here, let's go ahead and configure with the Java application too. Okay, I got something great over here, Mike. See that? You see that servers? I think it detected now. Let's go to the dashboard. Yeah, detected. You see that one policy violation. Click on that one. What policy violation is that one? Yeah, it was 4.3, which we have said that policy violation has been done. Yeah. So you can see that it detected. It took a time, but since there is a less traffic, but it took a time. Hooray, at least before we proceed.
Can it take action? So Stealthwatch can only alarm. It can't take action.
Yeah, it can't take any action. When we come to the PX grid, that's where we will see that how we can take action over there, but not now. Okay.
When we come to where?
PX grid. All right, so this is my. Okay, let me have a look whether it gets the IP address or not.
Did you say PS3?
Sorry?
You said when we come to what?
I did not understand your question. Sorry.
Yeah, I was talking about taking action. You said when we get
to the PX, that's where we will see how we can take the action over there. But
okay.
For now, I can get only alarms. So let's perform the scan now. So I'm saying that nmap minus v minus a minus sv and the host. So I would give a network instead of that one /16. Let's see whether this command works or not. It's working. Now, the thing is that what I'm initiating the scanning here is that I want to know if someone is like an employee who has been plugged into this network now. It is an inside network which has been compromised because he is going to leave the network and now he is performing the scan inside the whole network now. So that's where you can just get rid of that one. You can detect those things. So it might take a time. So let's see whether it has detected something or not. Now again, with the same thing, what we can do now is that instead of performing the scanning, we can perform some kind of attacks like performing the DDoS attacks. Maybe if you know how to perform the DDoS attack, you can go ahead and do that one. That's where it will be triggered over here. It is a DDoS attack. Or if you see that whenever the inside host is transferring a large amount of file, okay, when there is a transfer of large amount of file or there is a download of large amount of large files, then the data hoarding will be enabled and the policy will be violated. Okay, so by default those are all defined. The only thing is that Cisco has done all the research. You don't need to worry about it. So don't worry. The only thing is that whenever that has been triggered, you have to go to the core events and make sure that those alarms are on. Otherwise, you're not able to see the alarms. Now, coming to the X filtration, that means that if this PC, the user has plugged into the USB to his PC, the internal into your organization PC, which he is not supposed to. But by mistake, he has plugged in his USB into that PC, and in that PC there was a virus, and which downloaded some application, automatically installed the application, and that application is now recording the credentials. So when this happens, whenever the Stealthwatch detect this is happening, then it will alarm with your exfiltration. Okay. So these are the
Yes.
different things. So now coming to the anomaly that is with respect to your behavior. So if this PC was supposed to act normally, but it is acting like a differently, like some application is being installed now, it is recording some data and it is sending some data encrypted to some other server suspiciously. Whenever there is a suspiciously or anomaly behavior, then this policy will be triggered. All right, so these are the different things which are defined over here on your dashboard. So whenever something is being different, alarm has been triggered, everything will be shown up over here. And you can see that what is the source and what is the destination, everything, all the details. But the only problem is that it will take time to detect things. And now you see that
Is this Stealthwatch a new? Is it a new technology or is?
it is not a new, totally not a new technology, but it took time to just to come to the market. That's it. Like a build up a hype or something.
Mm.
Okay, so I'm just scanning the network. It's taking time, and you see that. But anyhow, all the firewalls are on my network, so the hopefully everything should be blocked. But what I want to detect is that on my router, whenever the traffic is coming in, right, whenever the scanning is performed, the my Kali Linux is performing the scanning, so definitely the traffic should be hit over here on this interface, and I'm capturing the traffic and I'm sending to my NetFlow collector just to trigger whether the policy violation has happened or not. So it might take a lot of time. You see that I don't know 16.0.1.9 from where these addresses are coming. I think it might be sending the packets using different IP addresses.
Yeah, because you put slash. I think slash
60.
is
So what
gonna
I
try
will do,
and
I will do one thing. I will just look for the simple one host. Let's
yeah,
see.
it's gonna try to scan the entire slash 16.
Yeah. Okay. So let's. What is there is a command which
If you
can.
want to be specific, we can put the
Yeah. I will just put the web server
lab
one
environment.
and map. Oh, what? Come on. Okay, close this one. On another one. I don't know why the open terminal here. Seriously. Not taking any input yet. I don't know why. Uh, yeah, I think there might be some problem in here. Go to the different here. I don't know, for some reason it is not working properly now. So I will just disconnect that one, take another new one, and just remove the networks to number one. So the traffic has been already generated, so nothing to worry. So let that Kali Linux come up, then I will provide the specific host. Let's see what's going to happen with the specific host. And until then, if you see that I don't see any detection yet. But I should do see one more color, that is policy violation, ICE user. This is the, you see that address scan, the black color one, this one. That it has detected the address scan TCP. So click on that
Okay.
one.
But it's not showing any policy
You see
violation.
that 4.4. So it is saying that it belongs to this group because if you remember, I have defined that 4 and 5 within that network. And you see that it is, now when I perform the scan, it already communicated with these many servers over here, which is not good, right? Okay. So we already got the data, so no need of Kali Linux yet now. Okay, so you can see the data that has been detected now. If I go back to my network security, I should see one more color over here, 1, 2, and 3. So blue means I think it's server farm, different categories. So this one represent the address scan one, this one represent the TCP port number 80 server farm one, this is represent the policy violation which has happened. So that looks good. So let's go to the Stealthwatch now. And you see that these are the colors have
So
been
the address scan is not categorized as a policy violation.
No, I did not set to the particular address. I just defined the network host, if you remember, in the policy
Okay.
host management. All
Mm-hmm.
right, so now you can see that 2 MB of traffic total. And the destination peers 16.4.4, it received the traffic, most of it. When we are performing the scan, it received the acknowledgement from different servers and host. Right, so you can see that alarm summary, I think it should be detected now because there was a policy violation and it should show up the data over here. Or if I click on security, let me check on this one whether it has detected or not. It should be synchronizing, but it's taking a lot of time to synchronize the data, but still I did not have anything. And if you remember that there is a policy violation, or if I go to cyber threat, reputation, data loss, no, not this one. If I double click on the host group, yeah, inside group, whenever I double click on the inside group, this is the dashboard which is going to open. So for some reason, I don't know. Okay, if I double click on the host group, though this dashboard is little bit different, and in that one, so when I double click on this inside host, it represent all of these servers. So I was looking by functions or maybe the trusted users before, but when I double click on this inside user, you see that within the security, if I go to the network and I see all the networks, and if I see security and there is an alarm over here, so data has been replicated. That's good. Now timing is very important, but here you see that time synchronization did not happen. It says that 12:57 a.m. So you have to make sure that before we do any labs, time synchronization should be done. It should be done, but since this is a lab, it might not happen because we are stopping and turning on the devices frequently. Coming to the alarm summary, you see that there is an alarm which ICE user authenticated users which are doing these policy violations. And you see that 4.4 was doing the address scan and 4.3 was doing the TCP port number 80. That is the policy. And if you remember, this is the address scan. This is the core default policy. All right. So that was your policy management. Now coming to the alarms.
Mm-hmm.
So when we define the policies, we also define the alarm, means we said that the action should be alarm, but there are certain alarms over here by default being defined, which are different categories like major, critical, or minor, informational. So Cisco has done everything for you. If you want to make, for example, so this is critical. So you think that this is not critical, like flow sensor traffic loss. You're not worried about the flow sensor, then you can change that one to informational. So when there is a critical, that means it comes up in the red color, I think, hopefully. But by default, you see that the alarms have been defined. So I don't see any option where you can define your custom alarm. Okay, I don't see any option where you can define the custom alarm. So that means you're not able to define any custom alarms. So these are the different alarms. So everything is a major, minor, or critical. So don't worry about this one. So everything is been predefined for you. Network classification, I think it will just classify what type of traffic you do have, like HTTP, HTTPS, or maybe TCP, port number 23, or different kinds of. So basically, if I click on this one, that is my Kali Linux before, if you remember, it's up and running. So I will just do one more thing. I will go ahead and initiate that nmap traffic once again, this time. And if I look higher on config and I do got the new IP address, that's pretty good. So let's go ahead and initiate the nmap. For nmap minus v minus a minus sv. My IP address will be 1.10. That is my web server, so that's why I'm just now it will do the traffic, so don't worry about that one. So until that finish, we'll come back later on. Now this is what the 4.4 has done. So it has tried to communicate with the different servers within my network. That's why there was a policy violation in that one. So now currently it does a address scan and you do not see any of those being raised here. Policy violation is being not done anything, but it has triggered a default policy event, that is address scan TCP. Okay. Now services. Okay, again, these are the same things. Like if you have a custom application which is located on the internet or within your network, for example, you do have a TCP connect application running on TCP port number 6002, you can go ahead and define that one. Click on new and define the name and define the ports, and you can exclude or include traffics, whatever the things you like, you can enable. But if you have a custom application, you can go ahead and provide the name and provide the ports where you can. So this can happen in a case where do you have your own remediation server and it is running on your own custom number, maybe like 8,000, 9,000 port number within your network. That's where you will go ahead and define that services over here. So that whenever the traffic is any server or any host is trying to communicate with that particular server, it can be detected. Now, application, we'll come back to that one later. Response management. That means response management is the action taken. So what action the Stealthwatch is taking is mostly like whenever the certain things happen, it is going to alarm. That's the only action it can do. That's it. Okay, the action. So the response is like defining an action. If I go to these are the rules, different rules. If you want to create your own rules, you can go ahead and create your own rules. If you define the act, if you want to define the action, like send an email, I want to enable this one, and send to syslog server. If you have a syslog server, enable that one. But you could not save your changes, review the pages, because I did not define my syslog server. So that's the reason I am not able to enable this one. And if you remember, I have defined my SMTP server, so that's why it is being enabled over here. And it says that it is being used by rule number 4. So if I go back to my rule number 4, all UDP director alarm, not this one, system alarms. 1, 2, 3, 4, UDP director alarms. I have no idea where that is rule number 4, but I'm expecting this is the one, but it's in respect to the UDP director, it doesn't match over here. Right, syslog formats. So these are the default formats. If you want to send a report in a default format, you can define your name, description, provide your what kind of syslog server do you have, and severity, what kind of severities details you want to receive. So now there is a Stealthwatch management console on your network. Okay, so Stealthwatch management console is providing you all the details on your dashboard. But what if you do not look at the dashboard? So you need some alarms which are like very severe to your syslog servers. So you can go ahead and define over here so that whenever the event has been triggered, so it can send the details to the syslog server, which is where you frequently check the syslog server instead of checking your dashboard. Right? So mostly in the production it happens. Right, so let's go back to this one. So this has been done. So you see that I got the update from my Stealthwatch, sorry, Kali Linux saying that what is the target name, what is the Windows name, all the details I got that one. Oh boy. And what kind of version operating system it's running. So good, huh? Kali Linux giving you so much of data. You see that signature data. It also grabbed the certificate for it from it. And you see that it also grabbed my Windows dcccable.com, the whole host name. Okay. And it also grabbed that I do host a CS server on that one, and the key for that one is 204-bit long encryption. And you see that it also detected my CS server, that is syslable.ca. This is my CS server name, actual name. So you see that whenever someone is like employees being kicked out of the company, how uh, threatful is that for the company? That if it does the scanning, so much of information is being leaked now. Because especially when there is an employee who knows the exact IP address of the host, that's where the problem starts now. Okay, so you see that all the details have been taken, got from the Kali Linux. That's so informational in this one. So let's go to our Stealthwatch and see that network security. Let's see what has been triggered with that one. Scanning, address scan should be triggered, but this time it's not only the TCP, it's a different types. Let's see whether it has done. No, not yet. It has not detected yet. So hopefully you should
Uh,
give a time until it detects again, saying that okay, UDP also has been detected in the scanning. But I don't think so. It has used the UDP connection. I think it had only used the TCP connection, so that's why we are able to see TCP. But we will look that one in later. Okay, you see that it also detected my domain name, that is syslable.com. Oh my God. Well, I did this one test with you. This is my first time. I did not do any practice before, and I am very much impressed with this scanning because we get so much of data. Now, if I see that I do have a stealth watch which is running on 11, let's see what we get from
and
it.
Stealthwatch is not seeing all of this.
Yeah, I still did not saw that one. I think it's already saw that one, but with the TCP, this one. So let's see that one. I will click on this one. And this time it should be 172.16.4.5. Still it did not saw because my IP address of the Kali Linux is 4.5, not 4.4 now. So still it did not saw that one. So previous scan, still it did not saw, and I'm doing a new scan. Let's see how much time it will take time to detect this scan. Okay, now I'm scanning to my stealth watch now this time. Okay, stealth watch has been done. So okay, service fingerprint submit individually. I don't know what is this service fingerprint, but okay, you see that there is a public certificate. Certificate has been encrypted with a key length of 8192. And IP address I have already given, and you see that it already got the domain name, that is smc-1.syslable.com. Okay, and you see that issuer common name, the self-signed certificate, it also grabbed that one too. Oh God. HTTP. I didn't know that the Kali Linux was so good in getting so much of information.
You can always ask me to switch to a different app. Your choices will help me learn the ones you like.
Yeah, Stealthwatch is I'm not impressed by Stealthwatch.
It doesn't
When
matter, man.
finish
You are just
Stealthwatch
only
today?
see. It's you are only just configuring this stuff. So we already said that what are the different data hoarding, DDoS attacks, targets, and what we can do is like when we are doing the practice, what you can do is you can download the I think the reckoning, this one reckoning dot bat files. Let me have a look on your internet for you what that is means, like exfiltration. Scripts. You see that exfiltration hacks and tricks. You do find like multiple um, scripts over the internet. You can download those scripts and you can run those scripts in your Windows PC. So there is one reckoning .bat file for Windows. If you just install that one, it will automatically get the credentials. So if you just do a research on your internet, you will get many of those scripts. Just turn off your firewall of your PC and just install those things. And once you install those things, it will automatically provide you the data over here. So just to for your lab purpose, you can just download and install that applications. And after you do the application is been installed, you should be able to detect on your Stealthwatch. All right. So that was your policy management.